Brings you Garage Logic Podcast number 621, May 17th, 2021. 93 degrees on this day in 1987 and 31 degrees on this day in 1915, which means in 1987 the kids were swimming because the parents were smart enough to have called Aquacide and gotten the right products to keep the beach free of weeds and muck. Get the muck out. That's what Aquacide does. You call them. They'll identify your problem and make sure you get the right products, which are safe and endorsed by the EPA and DNR. Call Aquacide, a White Bear Lake company, at 1-800-328-9350 or go to aquacide.com. They've been keeping beaches clear of weeds for more than 60 years.
Woo! We're having lunch right now. You keep talking.
We started at 1, right?
We
got 8 minutes.
Where's the music thing?
Don't have it, Brad.
Jesus.
You're listening to a live podcast on Garage Logic. Here's
All right.
Joe Souchere.
Let's solve the mask dilemma, shall we?
Okay.
I was just handed this prior to the show. I got to change glasses. I can't see a damn thing. Today, St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter signed Executive Order 2021-21, requiring face masks to be worn indoors in all city-controlled facilities and at all businesses licensed by the city at all times when social distancing of at least 6 feet is not mandated, except for temporary removal of face covering when eating or drinking. All businesses are strongly encouraged to continue to require that all individuals wear a face covering indoors at all times when social distancing of 6 feet is not maintained. The renewed mask requirement comes as the statewide mask mandate lifts and as local public health officials continue to work on the vaccination. All right, now I was reading this. The mask mandates in the Twin Cities persist even as the statewide requirement has been lifted. The disparity has led to confusion, like at Uteples Brewing.
I don't know what that is.
Huh?
Yeah, Utapils.
Utapils? Utapils, eh?
Utapils.
Huh? Yeah.
Utapils.
Utapils Brewing, where manager Jolene says staff had to do a little gentle reminding. Okay, I talked to the guy that worked at the liquor store I go to.
Okay. Quite often, huh?
No,
Good buddies?
Every other day.
Well, I do have a fiduciary responsibility.
First
Small
name
business.
basis and all. Yeah.
I said, okay, is it up to you to require masks in your store? And he said, yes, because I'm licensed by the city. So he would be subject to this new Melvin Carter diktat.
And was he? Did
Yes,
you,
yes.
So you did have a mask on?
Yes. But if you're not licensed by the city, I got to think a hardware store is not licensed by the city.
I wouldn't think so.
Okay, then
whatever you want.
Fratelloni can make up his own rules.
I already was in touch with Mike Fratelloni, and I said, okay, what about Shoreview? Are you allowed in your Shoreview store to have masks on? He said, outside of the cities, it's up to the customer. They're not saying anything either way. Most of their staff will be wearing masks, maybe not 100% any longer, but very close. So their customers outside of their city stores are not required to wear a mask. But because St. Paul and Minneapolis is mandating you have to wear a mask, I'm sure that they have a license of some sort. Wouldn't there be a inspector to come in and check their stairs and their availability?
Who?
Fratelloni's. Each hardware store. Each bakery.
No.
No, and Joe Such, I mean, in reality, what's going to stop anybody from in Minneapolis from just saying, screw the masks, you don't have to wear them?
Well, I'm pleased to say here that the Garage Logic podcast number 621 is live at the auto show, the first ever auto show outdoors, and a great number of GLers are here. We're at the Schilling Amphitheater, a part of the fairgrounds I've never even seen before.
Standing room only. This is where Heritage Square used to be.
Yeah.
This is where you uttered to me when we were in the blacksmith shop part of Heritage Square, you said, I don't do this rural bleep, and you wandered off.
All right. Well, what I wanted to say with some pride that I don't see a single mask in the GL crowd.
Thank
not
you.
a single mask.
Fantastic.
Here.
Which is perfectly fine because we're outdoors.
But if you did see a mask, what would your reaction be?
I'd be puzzled. But again, you never know the reasons people have them on. But I was talking to some people over the weekend. This COVID has really changed the country, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's really, really changed the country. Behaving in ways that we've never behaved. There was a mix-up at the Loon Cafe near Target Field. Twins fans were coming in from outside the cities, were less likely to be aware of the rules in Minneapolis. So you've got that rural-urban mix that's got confusion. Minneapolis Health Commissioner Gretchen Musicant laid out some of the data Friday that helped inform the city's decision. She said only 28% of the city's black population has gotten their first dose and only 35% of Latinos. Well, why? What's stopping a black resident of Minneapolis from getting the vaccine?
Don't ask me. I live out in the sticks.
No, that's a great question. And I don't know what the stats are.
Go
and why.
get a vaccine.
Just go get a vaccine. You're watching the news. You're reading the newspapers. You know what's going on the internet. Why don't you want to get?
Well,
why are the numbers so low? Is what we're saying.
Here's what this health commissioner said. The question of how shall we proceed rests on a goal we have as a city to lead with the notion of equity and to protect our populations equitably, Musicant said.
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea, because the word equity is what you have in your house.
Right.
It doesn't. It's being conflated with the word equality.
Right.
It's used wrong here. Maybe the Minneapolis Department of Health has not done a good enough job urging black and Latino citizens to get a vaccine.
You can't have a television on, a radio on, any station without hearing a PSA that says, wear your mask, keep social distancing, wash your hands.
Everybody's heard about it. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about the vaccine. So what the second reason is, they don't trust it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, then the reason after that would be, I can't get to the Mall of America, or I don't know how to do an appointment.
They're throwing them out at Walgreens and Walmart and every place.
You damn near could get one by accident.
Yeah, you don't need an appointment. There's a million places
stumble
you can
into
log
a
in.
Get one at the
needle.
gas station. Come on.
Stumble into a needle. Yeah, just where I want to get my COVID shot, at the gas station.
One more point of confusion.
Okay.
A mask mandate is also still in place in St. Paul. Local governments and private businesses are free to enforce their own rules. So again,
Right.
the liquor store must not be a private business.
Correct.
It is a licensed business subject to the whims of the bureaucracy.
Yeah, you're great, Mayor.
Okay, what would be a business not licensed by
At the Knack Hardware and Lounge, which is not licensed by the city of Garage Logic, there is currently no mask requirement
Okay.
at the Knack Hardware and Lounge, and there's no social distancing requirement at the Knack Hardware and Lounge.
Rook, did they have them at the Lamplighter last night?
They were out. They ran out. Somebody left the freezer door open, and they all got warmed. Uh-huh. Yeah. It was a pretty crazy Sunday night there.
John Height's with us, ladies and gentlemen. John Height's down on the end here. Johnny Height. And I only mention John because I'm sure you'll cover in your newscast the lawmakers having reached a budget agreement.
Yes, I have that story.
Which does not preclude them from having a special session.
Nope.
In fact, they might wrap her up around June.
They're coming back.
All right, we'll save that for you.
Yeah, save that.
And then,
Why? I got a question for you. Kenny, thanks for leaving.
is this going to be a short question?
It's going to be a short question. I just wanted to thank Kenny for leaving me his Windex and his glass cutter at the Lamplighter, too. Appreciate that.
What is the lamplighter? I'm missing the joke.
You light the lamp, bro. You light the lamp.
Oh.
Why are you...
Is it a strip joint? I
let's call it a-
didn't even think there were any more in St. Paul.
That's Lamplighter's pretty
No
old
idea.
school,
I
too.
don't know.
Why are you printing... How many trees are you saving? You have 4 stories printed on 2 pieces of paper. Why do you
I'm
do this?
very conscientious of...
I understand that you recycle, but I can't decipher what you're reading there.
well, you don't have to.
I know I don't have to, but I don't know how you do it.
Well, I'm a trained professional.
I like a nice, clean copy.
Hey, how about this? 73rd fishing opener in the state of Minnesota. Walsey goes up there, apparently on Friday night.
Yep.
Hide somewhere where nobody could see him. And then he gets up at 4 a.m.
Well, he's going to go fishing. That's when you get up to go fishing.
He
4
grabs
bells.
he grabs a local guide. He goes out. He catches a perch.
Just
One
a little.
perch.
Come on.
Then he gets in the car and
Was it
splits.
was it a keeper?
I don't know. Then he gets in the car and splits because obviously he got wind
Yeah.
of really a lot of people in Otter Tail County
Yeah.
who wanted to give him what for.
Yeah.
And he did not give him his presents in order to do that.
They had a welcoming committee.
Yeah.
Their mistake is they didn't welcome him on Friday night when they should have.
Right.
You know, they thought they were going to do it Saturday. It didn't work out. He ran with his tail between his legs.
So it was basically a covert operation, huh?
Yeah,
And was the little perch?
The
Did it
covert
wiggle,
opener.
or was it straight like Ricey's, like Richard Ricey's frozen?
We got no report. We got no report on the perch itself.
Okay.
No
Okay.
report.
And that was a release, right? He threw that baby right back in.
He had an important reason to come back to St. Paul's.
Well, he was going to participate in the budget here.
Yeah. Negotiations.
Negotiations.
Very important.
Never mind, there were 700 people waiting to wag their finger at him and say, "You've ruined my business."
4 TV stations
Yeah,
and everything else. Yeah.
Well, okay, Wild won in overtime. That was a pretty good game. Very good game.
Erickson Eck.
Isn't that
Wow.
nice to hear? Hey, did you hear? The Wild won in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love saying that. We always blow it. We don't win anything.
I'm trying to drink water through the microphone.
It's
That
nice
doesn't
to-
really work, does it?
It's nice to hear that they did win, and now we got the Knights on the run. Tuesday night is the next game.
I don't think I'd put it like that. Not on the run.
No, I don't. I wouldn't go that.
I got them on their heels.
Wouldn't go that far.
We got them on their edges, the
The
skates.
shots on goal were, no, I don't think so, man.
Hey, hot goalie. Huh? We got a hot goaltender.
I have a climate change update.
Got it. What a segue. Very good segue.
Well, it's come to this. It's come to this, has it?
Here we go.
The Minnesota Zoo put down. That means they killed them.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
The 2 remaining musk oxen this spring after the state's warming climate became too much for the animals, which are native to the Arctic tundra. Let me stop right there.
What in the what?
Why
signed off
then
on that?
did you have them in the first place? God, I hate zoos. I really do. You bring down a couple of musk oxen from the Arctic tundra. What do you expect?
Right.
This isn't the Arctic tundra.
No.
Along about May 17th today, we're going to get up to the 80s.
Right? Why
The musk oxen did not sign up for this.
why couldn't we just bring them back?
Yeah.
I would have
Hey, guys.
thrown $1 into the kitty to haul them up, get a truck, and bring them back.
Get a horse
You
trailer.
grab them, you tell
truck.
guys, we made a big mistake. It's too warm here. You're going back to Aunt Georgiana's house.
Somebody, I'm being very serious. Somebody was in charge of that decision. They've been around there since 1978.
Right.
So you mean to tell me, check this out.
Bro.
It only became too warm this year? This year.
2021, yeah. That was the year that broke the musks.
I think
back.
we had a cool last year. Yeah.
So did they?
It was the coolest April we've had in 100 years. And these musk oxen were probably enjoying it.
yeah.
Musk ox have been a fixture at the zoo since it opened in 1978. The animals were one of 5 main species on the Northern Trail, along with tiger, moose, Asian wild horse, and camel. Minnesota had become too warm for the musk oxen, according to the zoo. About 10 years ago, zookeepers started noticing the increased summer heat and humidity was affecting the herd. Again, they're from the Arctic tundra. Why would you have them here and subject them to that suffering?
No, it's stupid.
After noticing the changes, the zoo made the decision to stop breeding musk oxen. Then they didn't go along with that and not acquire any new herd members. Over the next 10 years, the herd shrunk until only 2 senior females remained. Both had a number
Couple
of
of old cows.
both had a number of age-related challenges that became compounded by the spring and summer heat. I'm going to say B as in B, S as in S. They had to put these two poor beasts down, probably, because, they had Alzheimer's or something. They were all screwed up.
Did they go, Such, did they go to waste? They tell me they caped them out and quartered them and ground them up. And,
Yeah, they caped them out real nice and tight here. Yeah,
and,
looking good.
Turned them into bratwurst.
So,
Would that be a nice rug? Don't they have a nice...
So in April, which was just miserable, the zoo decided to humanely euthanize the pair.
How is that done?
I don't know. The Minnesota Zoo had one of the most successful musk ox breeding records of any North American facility, with over 65 calves born at the zoo since 1980. The zoo has not said whether it will replace the musk ox with other species. For now, a group of Asian wild horses will occupy the former musk ox habitat.
To humanely dispatch 2 musk oxen, is that when you just put a little peanut butter on the end of the rifle there, just to give them a head start?
But gee whiz,
I'm worried
No,
about the
maybe not.
horses.
No?
How long do you think they'll be around before we're eating those for dinner?
well, why did you bring them there in the first place?
Well, I'm just wondering if Grund, if he's going to grind up some muskox for us and, specialized clientele. But
No, you know why? At Grunhofer's Old Fashioned Meats on Highway 61, the highway of meat and love in Hugo, Wagyu steak is what's taking the country by storm.
It's delicious. It's the
Wagyu-
best steak you will
Did you
ever
finally
in your
have
life.
some?
I've had some. I did not get any from Grunhofer's yet, but I've had some, and I will tell you, it is the best steak you will ever have.
Well,
Don't screw it up.
They come from a Japanese cattle breed, and Spencer is working with a farmer who in Minnesota is exclusively raising this particular breed of cattle.
It's the marbling inside the beef that is
It's
fantastic.
supposed to. I've read about it over the years. It's supposed to be just fantastic, and they have that now at Grunhofer's Old Fashioned Meat, including Wagyu burgers.
Now, this would be to get a steak like that.
See how I turned to the food guy?
Yeah, let's face facts here. It's not the cheapest cut of meat, so it would be for a special occasion. This isn't just for a Sunday afternoon dinner. You would really want to celebrate that by preparing it properly and not screwing it up. Now, the fact that he's got the burgers, which are going to be a lot cheaper, you can still get the great taste without making the big steak and the ordeal.
Well, plus there's the meatloaf and the steaks and the burgers and the brats and the bacon and the ham and the seasoning. You know the drill. And a new Grunhofer's opening in Forest Lake sometime this June. It's Grunhofer's Old Fashioned Meat. It's on Highway 61 at the north end of Hugo. Where's the thing? The dum bum bum.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Kenny.
Okay, then.
I was thinking of that. I just wasn't going to say, let's take some musk oxen up to Grunhofer's and grind them up. What are you guys eating?
Bang, bang, chicken. You mean here? Oh, scoot. Gotcha. You don't really get that close. This is good here?
Thank you.
Copy that.
I can't say I'm overwhelmed by either one of the new t-shirts here. What? T-shirts. I'm with Dum Dum Pink. So it says I'm with Dum Dum. And Royal Oats in the 21st.
If I would have known all those years ago.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Chris, you sure you don't want to wear the headphones and talk?
Really? No, I
Does the auto show spread throughout the entire fairgrounds? Anyone? Staff? Anyone? Does it? Is that John right there? Yeah.
What are we going to do about bumper music, Chris?
We don't even have that? Huh?
We'll have Rook do a liner, though.
Are we rolling? Huh? What?
God, it's like
Ready?
like going to
I'll start with the liner. 3. All right, crowd participation.
What time is my rickshaw here?
3.
99 today, Grandpa. The doctor says you're going to be okay.
Yep.
1.
Hey!
When he gets hungry, he gets really crabby. Here's Joe Souchere.
I'm not hungry and I'm not
Play,
crabby.
play,
I'm
the,
not hungry because I just had some Bang Bang chicken wings from Lulu's.
play the music, Chris.
Ba-dum,
Chris,
boom, boom,
play the
boom,
music.
boom, boom, boom.
Chris, say something. Talk to us. Why can't we hear you, Chris? GLers, if you're pondering a big project, maybe, I don't know, turning that tar paper shack of yours into a homestead finally, please ponder aimhighconstructionmn.com. Aim High Construction, they're currently working for us all over Gumption. They're doing projects like roofing, siding, decks, kitchen, basement, you name it. They can do it. But here's the deal. They need time. They're busy, booked solid through the summer. And materials, still hard to find certain materials. So you're going to want to call them right now today. Go on the website, Aim High Construction MN. Get them booked. Find out when they can do your project. Indoor projects, they love doing those in the winter. Outdoor, maybe they can get up and throw some shingles on your joint or a new deck, whatever. But the thing is, you got to call and talk to Chris at Aim High Construction. Once again, it's aimhighconstructionmn.com.
Before you jump in, let me finish some musk oxen. I looked them up.
Okay.
They're about anywhere from 400 to 900 pounds. Their conservation status is at least concern, so their population is stable. Their lifespan is 12 to 20 years, and they really don't do anything but just dig around and eat stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, these two old babes at the zoo were ready to check out anyway.
I think, I think it's much less of a loss or a concern than I thought of initially.
Terrible weekend of violence
Oh my God.
in Minneapolis, including a 9-year-old girl bouncing on a trampoline who got shot and is in terrible condition. She's alive. Her name is Trinity Smith. And I bring it up because City Council member Philippe Cunningham tweeted Sunday evening that the shooting wouldn't be tolerated if it were happening anywhere else. Well, that's a ridiculous statement. It's not tolerated where it happened.
Right.
He said that Mayor Jacob Fry did not support the council's strategy for addressing gun violence in North Minneapolis. You don't have a strategy.
No, none at all.
And there isn't one, to be fair to you morons and you incompetent city council people in Minneapolis. There is no strategy. You're dealing with a lack of moral character here, the loss of moral and ethical integrity. And you think you're going to come up with a solution by having some more community meetings? These are bad actors. These are people with no respect for life. The girl got shot because these morons were driving down the alley and shot at a house.
Yeah.
And then she catches she's the second child. 19 children have been shot in Minneapolis since January 1st. 19 children. Presumably all unintended victims of this gunplay. And then it got bad enough that, well, there was a woman shot multiple times Saturday at 5:30. A child shot in the head, that's Trinity. 2 men, 1 woman shot Sunday, 1 a.m. Sunday, 1 a.m., street racing, police and crowd clash, 2 officers injured. Sunday, 2 a.m., nothing good happens at 2 a.m.
Right.
Police and crowd clash, 5 arrested, 3 injured, including 1 officer. Sunday, 3:30 a.m., 1 man found shot. At a 2 a.m. bar closing in downtown, fights broke out and stabbing was reported. Police responded, eventually finding 2 people with substantial head wounds. Some of the bar patrons fought with police, including a person who used a large stick to hit an officer, while another person sprayed chemical irritant at the officers. Then earlier, At 1 a.m., a group of drivers gathered near Hennepin and Lagoon in Uptown for racing and exhibition driving. Police officers who were called to the scene to disperse people when people started throwing objects at them. 2 coppers had to be taken to HCMC for treatment. So we're turning on the police now when they arrive.
Oh, yeah. Not only are we doing that, but your guy, Philippe, in pointing out the mayor, he's all he's doing is diverting attention from himself, because him and his cohorts and the city council are the sole reason all of this crime is happening today.
It is risen exponentially with each demand to get rid of the police department.
Absolutely. And whose voice has been the loudest?
This
His.
nutcase.
His. And
Yeah.
he turns on the mayor, who is not much better, but at least recognizes the fact that we need more cops.
Minneapolis will rue the day if they do not re-elect Fry. Now consider what I've said about Fry
God, I can't believe
over
you're
the
saying
last
that,
year.
though.
But you all understand why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Because whoever would follow Fry would be 100 times worse than Fry.
It'd be Philippe Cunningham.
It'd be Philippe Cunningham, who almost sounds like he's trying to position himself for that.
Yeah.
He's always at odds with the mayor. Philippe Cunningham, you have no strategy. And the more you want to defund the police, the more you want to condemn them, the more you want to stigmatize them, the more crime keeps going up, to the point now where, look, you're attacking the police. Citizens are attacking the police.
Right.
And I don't hear any condemnation coming from Philippe Cunningham for that.
Right. That should be the first thing you condemn. Do not do that. They're here to help. They're here to put the fires out. And I don't know why it's such a relaxed pace right now to be at odds and physically fight with law enforcement.
Well, they're taking a page from Antifa, which is what's going on all over, including Portland, Seattle, Washington.
The closer you get to the country's tallest buildings, the more difficult it's going to be to even have a police department,
Yeah.
because you are led by people who are predisposed to not want a police department. By the way, Minneapolis has more than enough signatures to place on the ballot this November. The question will be placed to the citizens: shall we replace the police department and replace it with a Department of Public Safety, which shall include officers for those periods of time when an officer might be needed? You mean like Sunday night when there was about 40 shootings?
If, in fact, that does happen, there's going to be no-go zones all over the Twin Cities, including everything over north.
Kenny, what do you mean? Do you mean set up by
Escape
the community?
from New York. Have you ever seen Escape from New York? There's going to be places where you just can't go, or you're going to get killed.
Now for the best part of the story about that being placed. With the help of George Soros's $500,000, there's a group in Minneapolis, I think it's called Yes for Minneapolis.
Right.
They successfully gathered the signatures for a petition. They gathered 25,000 names. The city clerk's office had to check those names against voting records.
Okay.
You ready?
Cross-referencing to make sure they're legit.
Oh, this should be
12,000 of the 25,000 names were legit.
wow.
Wow, half.
Wow.
Not even half. That's amazing.
What does that tell you about voting day?
Wow.
14,000 names. 14,000
Do the
names
Joe sigh.
did not make the cut for the petition.
So you're finally on my side. You
That's
finally
amazing.
understand what I've been saying
About?
about the voting and the fraud that's going on.
Yeah. It's just
And it
Chris,
was
Chris, you sure you don't want the mic?
well. St. Paul was not without its violence. 2 guys were shot on Maryland Avenue and Hazelwood Street. 8:45 p.m. Saturday. They're in critical condition. There's no strategy in either city. There's no strategy the closer you get to the country's tallest buildings, because the people in the salon are not capable of acknowledging that this is the activity of corrupted people, of people who, for a variety of reasons, have found themselves in positions in life where a gun is part of their daily life, and they're not going to worry about who they shoot. They're
What-
not. They're not. Obviously, they're not worrying about where these bullets end up when you take a little girl out of action, bouncing on a trampoline at a birthday party. And in Philippe Cunningham, where do you think that would not be tolerated? Does he? What could prevent that, Philippe? Maybe on Lake. Does he mean, if this happened in front of a mansion on Lake of the Isles, what does he expect would happen?
Right, or Southwest.
Yeah.
Sure.
So no, Philippe, it wouldn't be tolerated there or anywhere else. What are you going to do about it? These are bad people,
He's
not
gonna
bad
blame-
strategies.
He's going to blame the mayor.
He's going to blame the mayor. He's having a fight with the mayor.
What is going to be our knight in shining armor? How low is it going to go before whoever, like Philippe, realizes, oh my God, we're doomed? What event? What number?
no,
is it 50 people?
No.
Is it 50 miners that are shot in their backyard?
Before it compels him to say what?
Before there's some type of recognition that we're just going into the quicksand deeper and deeper
Before
and
this
deeper.
turns around.
And then to actually, and I don't even know what turning it around is.
There is no turning it around. I've come to that sad conclusion. How do you turn this around?
Well, if we're already fighting with law enforcement officers when they show up to be peacekeepers, again, that's going to escalate too. It's not just going to be pepper spray and rocks.
No, there's turning it around.
If the root cause of this gunplay and violence is behavior, which it is, how are you going to turn that around?
Well, you start by keeping him in jail.
Well, that would be a tremendous start, but that's not happening.
Cops know all these bad guys by name. You go pick up every single one of them, and you put them in there, and you hold them for, it starts with the judges.
We're going to need a jail the size of this fairground.
Judge,
Right.
what's her name?
We've
Judge
got the meat
Ostby?
locker that the governor bought.
That's right.
What's the lady? Judge Austinby? Is she the one that said the guy that was breaking into the Nome and has 23 felonies? He can't. He's not competent to stand trial, not to be in court. So they just dismiss the charges, and he goes out and does it
Catch
again.
and release is killing us, too.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it starts. You pick them all up and you keep them. And then we go to the home and the family and the life and whatnot, everything you've been talking about.
Well,
And then you get leaders in there like the Reverend Tim and all of his friends and family, and you make some changes. But it's not going to happen for years, Such.
no, it's almost like you have to snap your fingers and wish everybody could start over.
Yeah. No, you need a do-over.
Yeah, we need a do-over.
Mulligan.
Well, I'll tell you what. I want to hear from John Haidt because there's a lot of news, and he's the news guy. And he really covers it well.
That's breaking it down. That's really
And
breaking
he,
it down, I think.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
Okay, I'm getting this right now out of Joe for some reason. You don't have to stall, Joe. You don't have to stall.
I'm thinking, you haven't heard from him yet today. He hasn't said much.
A couple things.
He almost jumped in with the voting stuff.
There's
but
only
he bit
four.
his tongue.
Only 4 microphones, and John has one and doesn't use it.
Hey, I tried to give it to Reavers. He wouldn't take it.
All right. Why don't we take a time out and then be back? Yeah. I'm sorry we don't have the music and
Well, it's just a technical oversight, Ray.
it's a very windy day, isn't it?
Very breezy. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Scott, how are you? Yep. Give Scott this microphone. No, I know.
Did you see that drive?
Thank you very much. That's why I want you to. Those might be a little hot for you. I like them loud, so just tell him. That's too loud for you.
Hey, Joe, you ready
For what?
for the next segment, or do you need a minute?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my ad, and then
We're going to talk to Scott for a few minutes, and
Yes.
then we'll go to Haidt.
okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Rook, can you do a liner? Sweet. Or you want to finish eating?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm rolling.
He can do a liner with a mouthful of Lulu Bang Bang chicken in his mouth. He's the rookie.
Thanks, Rook. Hey, I'm here for our buddies at Harmony Spirits, by the way, over there, fellas. Joe. So they're featuring their Harmony Cruiser
I saw the vehicle.
in the parade today. Check that out.
Oh, boy, that's
Dang.
nice.
Name that vehicle, boys.
That is...
Charger with the 4 on the floor, 3 on the tree.
That's a Trans Am of some sort, Pontiac.
Okay.
It's an AMC.
Up, Joe, you nailed it.
Is it? Did I get it right?
He did get it right.
AMC.
GLers, once we're done, if you want to go check it out, it's on the corner over here. But bigger than that, Harmony Spirits are the best handcrafted spirits made right here in our state of Minnesota, down in Harmony, Minnesota. So go online, sign up for that monthly newsletter, and you can win a free bottle of Harmony Spirits, just like so many other GLers have. But continue to go into your local liquor store. That is how all of you GLers have helped grow the brand of Harmony Spirits. Check out their Twitter account at Harmony Spirits on Twitter, and tell them when you stop down at that beautiful tasting room, which you guys are going to see me this weekend, by the way, for that spring cocktail menu, because that tasting room is absolutely gorgeous. Stop in and tell them that the Dum Dums from GL sent you their way.
And just a quick warning, word of warning, that bottle of vodka from Harmony Spirits in the backyard drinks really fast.
Yeah, she didn't make her through the weekend, huh, Rook?
No, she drinks really fast. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
We're joined by Scott Lambert. We've talked to Scott over the years at the auto show, and you are, give me your exact title with the car dealers.
Well, I'm president of the Greater Metro Auto Dealers Association, which owns the car show, and we put the car show on every year.
Do you like it outside?
We love it here. We love it at the fairgrounds. Yeah, we're very happy being here. We were the last big event to happen in North America at the convention center.
Right.
The show kind of crumbled out from under us as COVID hit, and it was very demoralizing, and we decided we couldn't get back to the convention center in March. They'd only allow 250 people in the building.
Right.
So we took a gamble and decided to come to the state fair and hopefully get on the other side of the pandemic. And for the most part, it's paid off. We've had real strong crowds this weekend. It's been good.
You have a lot on your plate right now.
Yes.
Yes,
we do.
With essentially unelected people telling auto dealers what kind of vehicles they have to have on their lots.
Yeah, we're fighting the California Car Initiative.
Why do we have to have the California Initiative? We're Minnesota, completely different environment and climate.
Well, they would very much like an unelected progressive body from California running Minnesota economic policy, which is essentially what they'll be doing.
Mm-hmm. And electric vehicles are interesting, and they're nifty, and they've got more technology than I could ever possibly handle. But do you think what do you see as how long will it be before 75% of the cars on the road are electric?
A long time. I mean, we're not opposed to electric vehicles. If people want to buy them, that's great.
Yeah.
But there's some problems in Minnesota. For instance, it gets really cold here about 3 months, 4 months out of the year. They lose about 40% of their battery capacity. They don't have good range. They're expensive. They're expensive to get into. There's only two niches. There's kind of entry-level vehicles, which run about $12,000 more, or high-performance cars. They don't make them in trucks yet. If they can start making them in trucks, if they can improve the range, demand will improve. And we're all about improving demand. But the governor and his MPCA, they want to swamp us with supply. And they think if we just hurl hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these vehicles on lots, people will buy them.
Right.
And that's not going to happen.
No, I don't see it either. Thank God I'm not doing a Schmelz ad today. What percentage of the vehicles at this car show are electric?
Well, we've got our own electric ride and drive. We're all about trying to improve demand and educate people. That's fine. It's an amazing technology, and we're not opposed to it. But we're partnering with Xcel Energy, and we've got electric ride and drive. They've given 700 drives so far this weekend. People have gotten behind the wheel. So, but really, it's only 2% of the entire car market, and that's maybe what it is on the show floor here right now.
Oh, okay. The drive event, though, people here can do that, right? They can drive an EV.
Yep.
It's right over, right next to KSTP Channel 5 news building.
That's right. As a matter of fact, and then Ford has its own ride and drive, and they've got a couple of Mach-E's in there too, the new Mustangs.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's Rook here, Scott. Good to see you again. Your automobile dealers, are they resistant to get these new electric cars, or is it a new great toy to bring people in? Because I drove one a couple of weekends ago. It was a Toyota Sienna. I had rented a car. I've never driven an electric car before, a hybrid. And I didn't like that it didn't make noise. It was very efficient, and when I returned it to the airport, it was 3 gallons of gas. So yes, it was efficient, but
You weren't in an EV. You were in a hybrid. There's a big difference.
Oh, I don't even know what the difference is.
Well, the EVs are totally electric.
Right. That's right. That's
Totally
right. That's
electric.
what they want. They
you
want a
you
total
had a
electric.
gas engine in that thing that you could fall back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't
Yes.
have a bleeping clue what you're talking about.
Well,
do you?
no, but I'm just saying it was a neat toy to look at and stuff. But if I was going to go across to New York or something like that, I had 400 miles, and then what? I've got to get a charging place.
Oh, you have a hybrid. You would just buy some gas and then plug the damn thing in when you're done doing your stuff.
Hey, Ruck.
Right?
Did you just say across?
That's not how it works either.
Across
How's it work, John?
You got a gas engine, and that will supplant the traction motors that are electric. When you put your brakes on, you recharge through incumbent.
Would somebody please remove this extremely intoxicated man from our crowd, please?
Let me make it easy for you.
Here, Scott.
wait.
We'll go to the top
Going to
here.
a pro.
Scott Lambert. Yeah.
Some of the hybrids you plug in to recharge, and some of them just recharge from the engine as you go along.
All right.
You still got to put gas in the engine though.
Right.
Yeah, because while I was driving, it was a picture of the battery, the engine, and it was a flowing arrows. And if I took my foot off the gas, it would go to battery. If I went this, it was just really it was a neat toy.
That's good.
Driving by pictures.
Yeah, I'll get some pics. I can run up to my car and get some pictures, Scotty. We'll check it all out.
Scott, how long does the show run here at the fairgrounds?
It runs through next Sunday.
Yep.
And we're planning on weather like this the entire
Yeah,
run
you're
of it.
real. This is the first decent week of spring, maybe. It
Yeah,
really
this is
worked out for
really,
you.
really fabulous.
Yeah.
We had really strong crowds this weekend.
Well, thanks for having us, and good luck. I love it outdoors. Maybe that'll become a tradition, huh?
We'd love to come back here if the fair will have us. We'd
Yeah.
love to come back. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the fair, this is 3 times as big as it was.
Yep.
Because it goes all the way up Machinery Hill, and we have a lot to see here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Scott Lambert.
The car was green.
Good. That was good.
It was a green Sienna.
Why don't we take a short time out and come back with our newsman? I just hit that record thing there, Kenny.
Right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
That was awesome, Ruck.
That was a good story. That was good. It was green.
It was green.
Whose phone is this? UK? It's okay. So it's yeah. It was green.
Yeah, they're real salty at first, and then loves it. It's good for everything.
All right. See you next time.
Where the hell's my mouse? There it is. Making two Fridays, 2 Thursdays, and a Wednesday. Get the flop smart? We're almost done.
We got Johnny. We got a lot of stuff. We'll get her done.
Matthew was in I don't know. Gabriel was in a Maybach.
Should probably tell them what my last story is.
Bailey's. Yeah. He's got a Louis. And his car was in the shop.
Hey, Joe.
He took his mom's car.
Just so you know, so we don't have an uncomfortable road. My last story, I was at a fake wedding. Just remember that. So in case I run out of stories.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it.
That boat show is on now.
Huh.
Tell John.
That's not much of a show.
What? It's awesome.
He's never been there.
I've been there. Not recently.
Hey, Big John, that show is on in Alec.
He's not listening.
He's chattering.
Talking to. Hey, Vogel. The boat show is on in Alec. Kenny just checked.
Kenny said you can stay at his house.
No,
Here we go.
It's on.
Yeah.
Am I doing something here?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
He's live in Drive at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Here's Joe Souchere.
It's a wonderful product in a world of bad gas. And Seafoam engine treatment, Matthew,
Yep.
it's made for you.
What do I do with it?
Well,
Just put
I
it in
always-
there and it's a miracle.
I always thought it was made for guys who knew where to find the front end of a car and
No,
an engine and the
it's for
battery
dummies.
and the dipstick. It's for guys like you. To quote what you always say, we were doing it wrong. I
Yeah,
was doing it wrong.
you're doing it all
I
wrong.
assumed wrong. And in your case, Seafoam high mileage motor treatment is made for you because you don't buy cars with less than 200,000 miles on them, right?
No, I get a really good price on them.
Bring them up to Schoonover,
Yep.
have them clean them up,
Boom.
drive them for a few months, and then leave them abandoned on the side of the road.
I got a
Exactly.
text from my brother with a film clip of his 40-horse Yamaha outboard in a barrel running, and it hadn't been, and all the text said was that bleeping Seafoam.
Nice.
It's just
Nice.
amazing. It's amazing. So, Rookie, and what did you discover in your garage here in the last week?
Snowblower.
No, you said.
Oh yeah, it was a Seafoam. But it wasn't for the gas. It was for the transmission.
It was Trans-Tune.
Trans-Tune.
Did you dump it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to put it in? The transmission?
Oh well,
No, I'm just teasing.
the thing with the high mileage motor treatment, you can either put that right into the gas, or if you want, you can put it into the crank if you know where to add oil. Anyway, it is, and it's available everywhere. You don't have to find it in the back of your garage. You can get it everywhere, from a hardware store to an auto parts store, gas station, bakery. It's there. It's a wonderful product in a world of bad gas. It's Seafoam.
Here's John Height.
Thanks, Joe. We have a budget deal. Leaders in Minnesota's divided legislature and Governor Walz agreed to spend $52 billion with a B dollars on the next 2-year budget, using an influx of federal relief dollars to avoid tax hikes while increasing spending on education. However, state leaders did say Monday that work remains on major policy provisions, including police reform and Governor Walz's emergency powers. House Speaker Melissa Hortman said this is a numbers-only agreement. The legislature is constitutionally required to adjourn by midnight, meaning some work could start today, but much will probably have to be finished in a special session. Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka said that will likely happen on June 14th, when the governor is expected to extend his pandemic emergency powers for another 30 days, automatically requiring lawmakers to come back. The adjournment date lines up with the delayed deadline to file taxes. That's today. And leaders have been trying to reach a deal exempting federal Paycheck Protection Program loans and unemployment insurance from state taxes.
Who would appear here during the fair at this stage?
Sourdough Slim.
Would this be like where Sourdough Slim would be, and Charlie Parker and whoever?
Sure. Not Charlie Parker. He's been dead a long time.
Long
Charlie
time.
Parr.
Charlie Parr. I'm
Charlie
sorry,
Parr,
Charlie
yeah.
Parr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird's been dead since
That's true.
55 or so.
I know,
somewhere.
John.
Did you hear about the Lindbergh baby?
I did. But it's a really nice little pavilion, isn't
Oh,
it?
very nice. Yeah.
Nice shade.
Yeah,
And a good place to drink a couple of beers.
yeah. There's hot rumors that GL might return to the fair.
What?
Just
What?
a rumor. Just a rumor.
Just one day, though.
we don't. Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
You talked about, Joe, a horrible weekend with crime. I have one to add to that, unfortunately, that happened after all the shootings you talked about. A man was fatally shot. A woman found seriously hurt in Minneapolis early this morning. According to Minneapolis police, this one's a weird deal. Officers responded to the area of Elliott and Franklin Avenues at about 1:21 in the morning on a report of shots fired. When they got there, police found a man west of the intersection who appeared to have been shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A woman who was seriously hurt was also found south of the intersection. She did not appear to have been shot. Police said information on the extent of her injuries was unknown as of early Monday. She was taken by an ambulance, to a nearby hospital. The preliminary investigation, according to police, indicates 2 vehicles were traveling westbound on Franklin Avenue when one of the vehicles hit the female pedestrian east of Elliott Avenue. The vehicles continued west of Elliott. One made a U-turn in the middle of the road, and a person at that point reportedly shot the male pedestrian, according to police. It sounds like me, and I don't want to make any assumptions that they wanted to get rid of witnesses. I don't know.
Sure sounds that way, doesn't it?
Very, very strange and odd story. Funny body noise there from somebody.
Whose FBD is that?
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. And he doesn't even have a mic, and we heard it.
Boy, that was loud. Target will no longer require vaccinated customers and employees to wear masks in its stores unless mandated by local ordinances. Target joins other major retailers like Walmart and Costco on updating the mask requirement after the CDC announced last week that fully vaccinated folks can resume activities without wearing a mask in most settings. A Target spokesman had said late last week the company was reviewing updated guidance as it examined its coronavirus safety measures. The announcement has caused some confusion, as we talked about earlier, as local jurisdictions have weighed how to adjust their laws and businesses. Target is offering COVID-19 vaccine appointments at nearly all of its CVS pharmacies within the stores.
Target doesn't call them customers, of course, they're guests.
Guests.
Okay, how are they going to determine if the guests have been vaccinated? Are we on the honor system?
You're going to have to be because it's
Yeah.
illegal to ask. You can't
Oh,
ask.
really?
Yeah, no, you cannot ask.
Huh.
You know what they're doing. You saw it over the weekend, all these fights that people are getting in. Who's that actor? Ricky Schroeder.
Schroeder, yeah.
Got in a fight at, what was it,
Costco,
yeah.
And was it locally that we saw the guy getting in a fight at Menards?
Menards, yeah.
So what
it was
Target,
Buffalo.
what Target is doing is actually brilliant. They're just saying, nah, rules pulled, we're done.
Adam
They don't-
Sandler didn't want to wait 30 minutes at IHOP.
Really? That's funny.
What?
You didn't see that?
I guess
No,
not.
I don't. No, I don't.
I-
I did.
Is there a
but I didn't.
punchline
Okay.
coming here?
No.
I did see Dead and Company, the guys left from the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
They're going out on tour in August, and you have to show proof of vaccination before you can get a ticket.
Oh, they're communists.
I don't know
they
how,
can't do that.
I don't know how that's going to work if you order online.
Do you have a favorite Adam Sandler movie, Joe?
Have you followed what Eric Clapton's been saying in the British
Yeah,
press?
Eric's,
He got the AstraZeneca shot, and then his feet and hands went numb. And then he got the second shot, and 6 weeks later, his feet and hands went numb.
yeah. And he said he was worried he'd never be able to play guitar again.
Right.
No, I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay,
It's too
thank you.
easy.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be nice?
Couldn't leave it alone, could you? Couldn't leave it alone.
And Van Morrison, are you hip to what Van
Yeah, oh,
is
yeah,
saying?
He's very upset. Very upset.
Van and Eric made a song together about.
Is it any good, or is it the standard boring old fare that should have never happened?
The part I heard was fine. It was. I mean, the lyric was like little kids wrote it, but aside from that, it
He
was
hasn't
fine.
done anything since Layla. Just admit it.
I won't admit it. Sorry. Ever since another coronavirus story, this one because I know Joe loves to hug people. Don't you, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free hugs after the show.
Free hugs. Yep, for everybody here. Yep.
I'm looking for that rickshaw driver.
To hug? Or?
She gave me a ride all the way in from the parking lot.
Ever since coronavirus vaccines.
What'd you tip her?
I did, finally.
Tell us more, Joe.
Yeah, tell us.
She
Joe.
only
Tell
asked
us
twice.
Well, I didn't tip her, and I was telling Height and Kenny that I got the ride in here from the gal, and they said, "Did you tip her?" And I said, "No." And then I saw her, and so I thought, well, I better flag her down, and then I did tip her. I didn't know. I'm a good tipper. I just don't know who to tip.
I'm a good tipper.
I'm a good tipper.
Rookie, the
Got the
line.
little teeny arms, though, don't I?
Yeah.
Little alligator arms like this.
Yeah.
I can't seem to find my money that doesn't make noise.
Kenny and I gleefully watched him start trotting after.
Yeah.
Come on, wait.
And to make it worse, there was a GLer in the rickshaw.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Ever since coronavirus vaccines became available, it's become evident in parks, restaurants, and homes throughout America. Arms across your back, hugging, is now a thing again.
Yes.
Is it good?
That's my people.
Grandparents are hugging grandkids, friends are hugging friends, even epidemiologists, a notably cautious bunch, are hugging. For many, the return of hugs has become a welcome step toward the return of normalcy. Others, though, they've been dreading this moment for a long time. Personal space enthusiasts are sad to see their year of living huglessly come to an end, even as they hold on to hope that some pandemic distancing habits might stick. There are reasons so many humans feel comforted by hugging. Like a massage, it, quote, involves stimulation and pressure receptors, and when that happens, the whole nervous system slows down and your stress hormone is reduced.
Pay attention to the naughty hand, not what the nice hand is doing.
It's your rickshaw gal.
There's your
right
rickshaw gal, yep.
Oh,
She's waving.
There.
hi.
Don't spend that $2 all in one place.
He'll be done in 15 minutes. Come on back then.
Still, for some, hugs induce stress more than relieve it. Is that true, Kenny?
Huh? Do what?
Yeah.
now?
Did you catch the line in John's story? There's actually a group of people called personal space enthusiasts.
Personal space.
What kind of fruitcakes are they?
You're sitting next to one.
Personal space enthusiasts.
Love it.
Wow.
I would hug you right now if
No,
these people weren't here.
no. You're misinterpreting what that means. They're the people who don't want to
Oh,
hug.
Right, they don't want people
They're the
by them.
They don't want
personal
any,
space
They don't want you near them.
enthusiasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'd sway them. I'd overturn them.
That might be
they
the
would
one
like-
group I'd join.
They would like the 6-foot thing all the time.
Yeah.
Or
Forever.
more.
So-
Yeah.
Or more, yeah.
Yeah.
Or more.
I got to go to my personal space enthusiast meeting tonight.
What are you going to talk about?
Personal space.
This is a bit different. Millionaires who have called on the rich to pay more taxes are having protests today in New York and Washington, including in the front of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos' homes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So rich folks
Okay.
who want more taxes are protesting in various places, including in front of the homes of Amazon CEO Jeff
So the
Bezos.
people that are richer than them, that's what they're protesting.
Apparently, well, yeah, Jeff's richer than everybody, isn't he? I think.
Yeah.
The effort, organized by the Patriotic Millionaires, whose members boast annual incomes of over $1 million or assets worth over $5 million. The group launched its Tax Day campaign on Monday and includes mobile billboards that'll make stops in front of Bezos homes in New York and Washington. Leaders of the Patriotic Millionaires said they are organizing a group of up to 30 protesters to converge on the Bezos New York residence with a billboard that says, "Cut the BS," but it spells out BS, tax the rich. The move to blast Bezos in front of his home comes as President Biden and Democratic lawmakers are trying to raise taxes on corporations and those making over $400,000 in order to pay for their $2 trillion infrastructure proposal. Bezos' net worth is about $185 billion, according to Forbes. He's been the target of progressives for the need to raise taxes on the wealthy.
Say, I'm stealing Kenny's microphone for just a minute. I want to tell a quick town ball story. No, I'm kidding. Rook, are you getting what I'm getting?
Yep.
So, Joe, you were mentioning climate change and all, yada yada earlier in the show. It just hit 75. So we're here live. I think that means it's garage door opener time.
No,
don't you
it's
think?
not a Friday.
Open up the
Oh,
garage.
I think
Open her up.
I thought open it up. We're special occasion.
Not a Friday.
Oh,
It's not a Friday.
I thought it
Not
meant
a-
first.
not a Friday.
Damn.
70.
It's not a Friday.
I respect your effort, Chris. A breakdown Saturday on an Arizona roller coaster left 22 people hanging sideways 20 feet above the ground for 2 hours.
Oh, that's tough. That's hard
That
on
is
you.
my worst nightmare.
Christopher Alvarez was on there. He told KSAZ there were a lot of kids on there, and they were really terrified. It happened about 5:30
Well,
on
now
the
it's funny.
Is this when you do the rock the boat thing? Jumping in the elevator?
The 5:30 breakdown took place on the Desert Storm roller coaster at Castles and Coasters Amusement Park in Phoenix. Firefighters rescued riders from the stalled coaster using extension ladders and a high-angle belay system. The Phoenix Fire Department reported on Twitter no injuries were reported.
You see this train here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's been here since I was a kid, but it keeps getting pushed farther and farther away. I wonder if someday it'll just be gone.
Just kind of like us, huh, Sue?
Yeah.
Pushed.
Didn't it used to be down here someplace?
Yeah, Heritage Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's up there, and it's going to be just moving away.
Oh, that was the museum, right?
Yeah.
You'd go through and you'd see the old
Yeah.
uniforms.
Has she moved you into the shed yet?
They got her outside the fence now. She's outside the fence.
You got a queen size in the shed, a little TV.
I got a little AM radio.
with the old antenna.
I put that on the windowsill, and if I turn it just right, I get the Twins game.
Not a lot to listen to on that AM radio
Not
anymore.
really.
is
No,
there?
no.
Australia's oldest living man says he has the secret to long life. 111-year-old Dexter Kruger says it comes from eating chicken brains.
What?
The retired cattle rancher told Australian Broadcasting Corporation in an interview at his nursing home in the rural Queensland state town of Roma days before the milestone that a weekly poultry delicacy had contributed to his longevity.
That's a prank, right? Nobody does that.
Chicken brains, here's a quote from Mr. Kruger. You know, chickens have a head, and in there's a brain.
Yeah.
And they're delicious little things. There's only one little bite.
Really?
Jeez.
Kruger's 74-year-old son, Greg, credits his dad's simple outback lifestyle for his long life. Nursing home manager Melanie Calvert said Kruger, who is writing his autobiography, was probably one of the sharpest residents there, despite being the oldest.
Yeah, but he hasn't known where he's at for the last 15 years. Give me a break.
Sharp.
Rook, how do you prepare a chicken brain? What do you do there? Marinate it?
I would
Crock-pot?
marinate. I would go teriyaki.
Yeah.
At least 2 hours, and then you'd want to just in a pan. Don't bake it. You just sear that right in the pan and take her.
I think there's going to be a booth this year, I think.
They are
Chicken brain booth.
deep fried chicken brains.
Believe me, people would eat them if they did it.
Oh, I can get you a chicken brain.
Get you a chicken brain by 3 o'clock.
One bite and they're all done.
In New Hampshire, state police say they clocked 3 drivers going more than 115 miles an hour among 46 who were traveling at speeds in excess of 90 miles an hour in the span of just a few hours early Sunday in the Seacoast region. The state police, using troopers and cruisers and members of the state police aviation unit, stopped 121 motor vehicles between 6 and 11 a.m. Troopers, the speed limit going through the area is 65 miles an hour. We had the 3 going over 115 and another 10 stopped for going over 100 miles an hour. They've been charged with reckless operation that can result in license suspension. In addition to speed and reckless driving, several drivers face charges of driving with expired registration and not having valid licenses.
Do we get any makes of the cars?
None whatsoever. No.
Such, you're going down the freeway, speed limit's 70. You're doing, 75. You see a car coming up behind you in the mirror.
Yeah.
He goes by at about $120.
Yep.
What do?
I can take it up to about 80.
Yeah, that's the American way.
Because he's going to get caught before me.
That's your blocker.
Right.
I don't understand
Smokey.
people that want to slow people down. You see somebody coming in the mirror, let them go.
Oh, yeah.
Drawing all the attention, you spool it up to 80, 90.
Then you got a
it
new
made.
rabbit. You got the
Yeah.
rabbit out in front of you. Yeah.
Hallelujah. God bless this country.
I did notice on the way over here, I haven't been on the roads a lot lately because, I've been doing the show from home.
Sure.
There's a lot of traffic again.
I know, it's wonderful.
yeah, it's
Crashes, car
A
fires,
lot of bad
breakdowns.
Can I
drivers.
tell you something
left
about
lane
that?
control.
Can I tell you something about that?
Yeah.
That's why people's work habits are going to be changing. We got a little spoiled about traffic during the last year. So I would look at Center Point of Mendota Heights Commercial Office Park. It's an 8-building campus, rolling shaded grounds, 10 minutes from everywhere with easy access to 55, Highway 62, 494, 694. But you're working in a park-like setting. You're not fighting downtown construction. You're not fighting snowstorms to get downtown. You're not fighting long waits in an elevator. These are single-story, park right in front, customize the building any way you want. It's really going to be the new way for employers and employees to get back into a work-like setting that accommodates everyone and accommodates the changing work nature that we're all experiencing. It's called Center Point of Mendota Heights Commercial Office Park. I've been there and driven through it. It's really, really nifty. And if you want one of those great drone tours, go to escapetomendota.com. One word, escapetomendota.com.
I have another one of those streaming stories that drives all you guys crazy. AT&T now apparently will join its massive media operations that include CNN, HBO, TNT, and TBS in a $43 billion deal with Discovery, the owner of lifestyle networks including Food Network and HGTV. The new media company enters a streaming arena that's been flooded in the past 2 years with new players, including those that are owned by AT&T and Discovery, which operated HBO Max and Discovery Plus, respectively. Industry analysts think the deal Monday is a signal that more mergers are ahead for the TV world. One prominent analyst had been saying Comcast, NBC Universal should merge with Warner Media. It's not immediately clear what the new company would mean for customers, but it will likely allow the bundling of streaming services much like what Disney does with Hulu and ESPN. A standalone streaming service for CNN is also apparently a possibility.
What did he just say, Joe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, same here. Have no
Possibility. It's a possibility, he said.
Something about CNN.
TV, something about TV.
Yeah.
Something about TV. And in a desperate attempt to make her ex-boyfriend jealous, a woman in Germany faked an elaborate wedding to get revenge on an old flame. A TikTok, thanks, Chris. Now I wish you had a microphone.
Fake the whole thing, huh, John?
A TikTok video of her envy-inducing antics has gone viral with more than 1.8 million views and thousands of comments. 24-year-old Sarah Villard revealed her rock-bottom moment to the tune of Gnarls Barkley's 2006 hit Crazy, showing pictures of her holding hands with a groom for hire wearing a long white dress. Villard lives in Frankfurt, Germany, split from her former boyfriend in 2019 and hatched the envy-inducing plan shortly after. She rented out Frankfurt's Villa, would that be Villa? No, that'd be Villa Kennedy, and rounded up her friends to play the roles of bridesmaids. She posted pictures of her on her Instagram where she was certain her ex-boyfriend would see them. She said the ex did see them, showed up to the house, wanted to talk to her, but she ignored him. She wasn't interested.
No-go zone.
But, God, none of her friends said, hey, meathead, maybe this isn't the best idea.
After he showed up and talked to her, she then blocked and deleted him from her social media and her life forever.
Wow, that hurts.
That's a hell of a story.
That hurts.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
You're out of news, we can tell, right?
Well, when you get to the fake wedding, you're at the end, I think.
What are you going to do?
All right, back at the auto show in just a moment. Anybody got ads left?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, nice. Bruh. All right. And the Father's Day.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And then John's going to tell us more about that fake wedding story. He is not listening at all. You. Yeah? Okay. Hi, how are you? You know, Joe, a guy can work up kind of a thirst being out here, huh?
I'd say so.
I think everybody is good. Yeah. Because I'll just plug in your sodies. Right. That's what I'm saying. I can look that up.
What happens when it hits 80 Friday and this garage door?
Not doing a show.
What do you want?
It's supposed to be 78 or something.
You'll hear it's just
Fish. I think it's fish. I think it's fish.
Fish tacos from Lulu's.
No.
Hold on. Joel got back to me. It's going to be real Friday. I'll call you. Call me. Okay. Come on, go big. Yeah, Friday, July 9th. Saturday, July 10th. Are you going to go up there?
Did you switch to 5? Well, then, let's do it. Yeah, let's just do it.
I'll do you one.
Yeah.
How's it, what's the inventory down to?
Holy cow.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it when we come back. Perfect. Thank you, Tim. Tim Bloom, EcoFun, right here. All right. Are you guys ready? All right.
That's right off the map.
That's not real, is it, Mary?
That's cool.
This I had first. I had just before you went out when you had your last show at the state fair.
Very cool.
Then my ink guy made them out. Yeah.
Very neat.
Thank you.
You can still cover it up.
All right, we ready? Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. I am rolling.
I was just talking to Tim Bloom of EcoFun Motorsports in downtown Forest Lake, and that inventory of 300 Yamaha and Bentelli e-bikes is they're leaving the store, and the weather's getting better. 250 bikes left in inventory, and that inventory is important because many e-bike retailers are not able to secure any stock. It's been such a hit, and that is one of the great aspects of EcoFun Motorsports is not only inventory, but you'll get the correct fit, the correct frame size, the correct tires, the correct seat and handlebars. You'll be well taken care of. It's right on Highway 61 in downtown Forest Lake, and also a full line of Yamaha products, youth recreational equipment, and helmets, apparel, and a great service department. EcoFun Motorsports on the Highway of Love, Highway 61 in downtown Forest Lake.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Well, you know what? If you're poking around and you're going to the Twin Cities Auto Show here at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, while you're driving in or while you're driving home, you might want to find a brand new podcast that's going to entertain you. As if we haven't entertained you on Garage Logic enough today, then you would go to PodMN on your smartphone. That's PodMN on your smartphone, or on your computer, podmn.com, to find a full library of audio pleasure.
I'm guessing, Chris, now you have to go back to the station and add all the music and all the, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do all that.
Post-op.
All the post-production that
Yes.
needs to be done to this, right?
I might have to have a beer at Lulu's before I go do that.
That's kind of why I was asking.
Yeah.
Say, and now also with Father's Day just
this is
around the
huge.
corner.
This
This is
is
pretty
huge.
big because stuff is going to go fast. We have a limited edition Father's Day pop-up shop that is at garagelogic.com. It is open through the 24th of May, and there are some great items. Go to garagelogic.com and check out the items that are available. Get them while they're gone. The limited edition Father's Day pop-up shop at garagelogic.com.
So I went there this morning.
Yes, I did as well.
I already told Brooke, who's right over here, who's in charge of all of that. She's the brains of the operation. And I bought 4 of the Garage Logic trucker hats that we had. Remember at the last year that we were on the radio at the fair? That sold out over the first weekend, and we didn't reorder anymore. And then my brother stole mine. So make sure you get them because that's it. And the sale closes on May 24th. Brooke, is that correct? To be able to ship in time for Father's Day. So make sure you go online and check out that website.
Brothers. All right, that should wrap it up here, folks. Thank you for coming out to the auto show for our stunning crowd that's giving us a standing ovation. And remember, the Twin Cities Auto Show is a great place, and it's outdoors this year at the Minnesota State Fair. Coming out and check out some cylinders.
And before you go, there's an entire basket of T-shirts over here that Rookie volunteered to hand out once we were done with the recording for you loyal GLers that stopped by.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you sure did, Rook. That's so nice of you. So we'll try to disperse them. We got enough for everybody, I think, here. If you missed out, Rook will buy you one at the Garage Logic pop-up shop.
Thanks, GLers. Thank you.
Take care, bros.
Also, sign up for the Garage Logic YouTube channel, and thanks to all of you, the thousands of GLers that have already done so. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube. Rah.
Cha.